This is the diagram of circulatory system, and in our today's topic we have to understand this diagram, and also through this diagram we have to understand the structure of heart and the function of heart. Good morning students, and welcome back to your science lecture. We are seeing our chapter number 11, that is transportation in animals and plants, and under this chapter we are seeing circulatory system that we have discussed in brief in our previous lecture, and also we have discussed that the heart is very important organ, and it is the central organ for the circulatory system. Means it is the head office of the circulatory system, that can also we can say. So why it is called? Because through the heart the blood circulation takes place, and the circulation of blood and means our circulatory system is double circulatory system. And why it is called as a double circulatory system? Because in our body two types of blood flows, yes, which are that? One is deoxygenated blood and another is oxygenated blood. So deoxygenated blood flow through the veins and oxygenated blood flow through the arteries. So for that deoxygenated blood flow through the veins, the circulatory system work in one part, and in another part of circulatory system the blood flow from the artery, that is oxygenated blood. Means blood circulation of deoxygenated blood through the veins and blood circulation of oxygenated blood through the artery, it forms the whole circulatory system. That's why we can say circulatory system is double circulatory system. So how it works, that we will see here. So first of all we will learn about the organ heart. So what is the heart? Heart is the four part. Heart is divided into four part. It is a muscular chamber. It is muscular chamber, and it is divided into four part. So that we will see in detail through the diagram. So here we can see what is meant by heart. Heart is the muscular structure. It's having double layer, very thick membrane which is made up of muscle. Double layered membrane which is made up of muscle, and that membrane, double layered membrane, is known as pericardium. That double layered muscular membrane is known as pericardium, and that pericardium is elastic in nature, means it is very flexible, so that heart can contract and relax alternately. Okay, so first of all we will see here what is the size of heart. What is the size of heart which is present in our body? The size of heart which is present in our body equal to our fist. If we make a fist of our hand, the size of our fist is equal to the size of our heart. We can understand by seeing the fist, the size of heart. Then what is the position of heart? The position of heart is between the lungs, and it tilts a little to the left. It tilts a little to the left. Means what is the position? Between the lungs and tilts a little to the left. So it is about the size and position. Then how it is? It is very thick muscle layer. Yes, double layered muscle is present, and this double layered membrane or outer layer is called as membrane here. That double layered membrane is called pericardium is called as pericardium. And again we can see here heart is having 4 chambers. means it is four chambered organ, means it is divided into four parts. It's divided into four parts and it's having four chamber. So one by one we will see that points also. So heart is four chambered organ. So four chambered heart. Then it's having two auricles and two ventricles. The upper part of the heart is called auricles and the lower part of the heart is called ventricle. Upper part is auricle, lower part is ventricle. Again that auricle is divided into two parts because our circulatory system is double circulatory system, for deoxygenated blood and for oxygenated blood it is. So that auricles are divided into two parts, that is right auricle, left auricle. Right auricle, left auricle. Then the ventricle is again divided into two parts, that is right ventricle, left ventricle. Is that clear? Four chambered heart. Four chambered heart. At first it is divided into two parts. First part is, upper part is auricle and lower part is ventricle. Again that auricle is divided into two parts, right auricle and left auricle. That ventricle is also divided into two parts, that is right ventricle and left ventricle. So the function of auricle, that is receiving chamber, so that it receive blood. That upper part, that is auricles, receive blood. That's why it is known as receiving chamber. The auricles are known as receiving chambers and the ventricles are known as pumping chamber. That ventricles are known as pumping chamber. Means here in that auricle blood receive in the heart and from the ventricle the blood pump out of the heart. The blood pump out of the heart from the ventricle. So that the ventricle is called pumping chamber. Here also in right auricle also blood receive, that deoxygenated blood, and in left auricle oxygenated blood received. And here from right ventricle blood pump out of the heart towards the lungs. Blood pump out of the heart towards the lung, that is deoxygenated blood. And from left ventricle the blood pump out towards the all body parts and that blood is oxygenated blood. Yes, obviously we need oxygen, that's why our heart gives us oxygenated blood, means purified blood with oxygen, and that pumped out from this left ventricle towards the all body parts. So pumps towards all body organs through the artery, and here from right ventricle the blood, deoxygenated blood which received from that right auricle, that pump towards the lungs through the pulmonary artery. So that also we will see, means the lower portion of the heart, that is ventricle, work as a pumping system, for the pumping system of the blood. That lower half work for the pumping system of the blood and the upper part for the receiving blood. That is very important. So that also we will see in detail. Again the next point is, it is double circulation. It is having double circulation. In circulatory system it is having double circulation is there going on through veins and through arteries. The double circulation happen through the veins. It is performed, the double circulation in our body through the veins and through the arteries. Then the partition of auricles and ventricles. So this is the partition of the auricle and ventricle. This horizontal partition. This is called as coronary coronary sulcus. This is called as coronary sulcus. So this partition, horizontal partition of that auricle and ventricle, it is known as coronary sulcus. So this coronary sulcus divide heart into auricles and ventricle. Again the vertical partition is there. Vertical partition is there. One is for auricle and another is for ventricle. At upper side the partition of auricle and lower side partition of ventricle. So this partition of partitions also we will see here. The position partition of two auricles, that is right auricle, it divide into right auricle and left auricle, that is interauricular septum. Interauricular septum. So this partition is known as interauricular septum. IA septum I have written here, that is interauricular septum. So these auricles are also divided into two parts, right auricle and left auricle, and that partition is known as interauricular septum. Again the ventricles, that two ventricles are here. Why? Because of this partition the ventricle is also divided into two parts, that are right ventricle and left ventricle, and this partition is called interventricular septum. Interventricular septum. Here I have written these points. You can write down all that points. Yes. So this was about the partitions of that heart. Partitions of that chambers. So this was about the structure of heart. So I hope you understood that structure, and read this portion from your textbook also. Always I tell this, and it is very important to take that to write the running notes while I am teaching here. From that page you can write your running notes. You can draw this diagram. You have to draw this diagram. Through this diagram you can understand this topic very well. The structure of heart, that is, these are the receiving chamber, these are the pumping chamber, that two chambers are pumping chamber, that two chambers are receiving chamber, upper side and lower side. That receiving chambers are called auricles and the pumping chambers are called ventricles. Again, the auricles are divided into two parts, right auricle and left auricle. Yes, right auricle and left auricle. Blood received from all body organs here in this right auricle through vein and or vena cava. Again, the blood received from lung here in this left auricle through pulmonary vein, and again at lower side the blood pumped from the right ventricle towards the lungs for the purification, for absorbing oxygen from the lungs. From right ventricle the blood pump out towards the lungs. Again from left ventricle the blood pump out of the heart towards the all body parts. So we get oxygenated blood from this left ventricle. It get pumped out from here and we get the oxygenated blood through aorta. Aorta is the main artery. It is the major artery here, and from that aorta, the branches of that aorta gives us blood. Okay, so aorta having branches. See here in this diagram also we can understand, and very clearly we can understand through this diagram. So this is vena cava. From this vena cava the right artery receive the blood, and from that, yes, we can see through this diagram again this topic. This is the heart and it's having 4 chambers as I explained here from our previous diagram. Here we can see very clearly the veins and arteries. So this is the main vein. It comes from the body organ. It comes from the body organ and it carries the blood without oxygen, that is deoxygenated blood, that vein carry. So that veins carry the deoxygenated blood to the vena cava. It is the major vein which carry blood, deoxygenated blood towards the heart. And it is very important, the deoxygenated blood should not reverse towards the body again, because we don't need the deoxygenated blood. That's why vein is having walls. Vein is having walls, as the blood can move only towards the heart from the body organs. मतलब बॉडी ऑर्गन से सिर्फ हार्ट की तरफ ही ब्लड जाना चाहिए, इसलिए ओनली वेन्स आर हैविंग वॉल्स, वन साइडेड वॉल्स, मतलब वो ब्लड उसकी वजह से रिवर्स नहीं आएगा, हार्ट से रिवर्स नहीं आएगा, बिकॉज डीऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड शुड नॉट रिवर्स टुवर्ड्स द बॉडी पार्ट्स. दैट्स व्हाई वेन इज हैविंग walls inside it, and as we saw, veins are having thinner walls as compared to artery. So through that vena cava we receive deoxygenated blood in the right auricle, and then from the right auricle the blood enters in the right ventricle. From right auricle, from vena cava, it is the main vein. It carry deoxygenated blood from the body organs, from that body organs, and then towards the right auricle, from right auricle towards the right ventricle, and it is the pumping chamber, we know that. So from the ventricle, right ventricle, the blood, deoxygenated blood pumps out of the heart for the purification, for absorbing oxygen. तो ऑक्सीजन लेना है तो ये राइट वेंट्रिकल से ब्लड कहाँ जाएगा, कहाँ पंप हो जाएगा? Obviously towards the lungs, because we know that inside the lung oxygen is present, so that it pumped out of the heart towards the lungs, that purple color artery, major artery we can see. This is known as pulmonary artery. And this pulmonary arteries carry deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle. It pumped out from the right ventricle towards the lung, and in lungs that blood release carbon dioxide, and again the blood absorb oxygen here inside the lungs. And after absorbing oxygen, the blood is having now oxygen. अब ब्लड के पास ऑक्सीजन है, then again the oxygenated blood comes towards the heart. अभी from the lungs again the oxygenated blood get received through that pulmonary vein. This is also pulmonary vein, and this is also pulmonary vein. This pulmonary vein take oxygenated blood from this lung, and this pulmonary vein take oxygen from these lungs, and the oxygenated blood commonly received in the left auricle through the pulmonary vein. Okay, so now in our heart again the oxygenated blood we are having. So this oxygenated blood from left auricle, it enters through this wall towards the left ventricle, and from that left ventricle it get pumped out of the heart. Through the aorta, see here, through this wall the oxygenated blood from the left ventricle get pumped out of the heart towards the body part, and this work is performed by the aorta. So through that aorta the blood gets circulated towards the body organ again, and now we are having the oxygenated blood. In this manner, our body organs get oxygen from the heart. So, from this process, you can understand our circulatory system is double circulatory system because it is performed by the vein and by the artery. And the function of vein is different and the function of heart is different. Always we can say the vein carry blood towards the heart and artery carry blood towards the, from the heart. The vein carry blood towards the heart and artery carry blood from the heart towards the lungs and towards the body organ. So, towards the heart, vein, from the heart, artery. So that it is the only artery, because what is the rule? The blood towards the heart, it carried by vein, and blood out of the heart it carried by artery. So though that pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood, still it going out of the heart. That's why that pulmonary artery, artery is known as pulmonary artery, because from this pulmonary artery only deoxygenated blood it carry. This pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood, otherwise artery carry oxygenated blood. Why? Because from this right ventricle deoxygenated blood is carried towards the lungs. That's why the exception is there, pulmonary artery, only artery that carry the deoxygenated blood, and only the vein, that is pulmonary vein, that carry here oxygenated blood. Otherwise vein always carry the deoxygenated blood, but only the pulmonary vein carry oxygenated blood from the lungs towards the heart. So this was about the circulatory system. I hope you understood through this diagram. So which is the exceptional artery? Pulmonary artery is the exceptional artery because it carry deoxygenated blood. And which is the exceptional vein? The pulmonary vein is exceptional vein because it carry oxygenated blood. Though it is vein, it carry oxygenated blood. So this is about the circulatory system. So I hope you understood that. Again, see here, I will give you through this diagram also. It is very easy. So how the heart circulatory system work? So suppose these are our body organ, this is our heart, and these are our lungs. Suppose these are lungs, this is the heart, and these are the all body organs I had assumed here. So from that body organ, vein carry blood towards the heart. It received in right auricle. Then from right auricle through the wall. Through that wall, blood enters into the right ventricle. Blood enters into right ventricle, and from that right ventricle, again it get pumped out towards the lungs, and that blood carried by the pulmonary artery, because the blood is going out of the heart. That's why it is an exceptional artery. It carrying deoxygenated blood towards the lung. Means from body organ towards the heart, again from heart towards the lungs, then from lungs the blood release carbon dioxide and absorb oxygen. Then blood with oxygen again received by the heart, again comes towards the heart, means it get received inside the heart in that left auricle, and it is through the pulmonary vein, and again through the wall, again it comes to inside the left ventricle, and from left ventricle again it get pumped out of the heart through the artery. Again our body organ receive oxygenated blood. First of all, deoxygenated blood goes away
from our body organ towards the heart, from heart towards the lung to take oxygen. After taking oxygen, again it received by the heart, again it get pumped out from the heart towards the body organ. So this is about the circulatory system, and that valve work very important role here. From right auricle to right ventricle, this valve work. From right ventricle towards the pulmonary artery, this valve work here. Again, from pulmonary vein towards the left ventricle, from left auricle to left ventricle, this valve work, and from left ventricle towards the aorta, this valve work here. Okay, so these valves, 4 valves are very important inside the heart. It perform very important role. And for what that valves are present? So that oxygenated and deoxygenated blood should not mix into each other. That is very important point. That's why these valves are present inside that blood vessels. So I hope you understand. I will give you the PDF of this diagram so that you can understand from that, and you can draw that diagrams in your notebook as well. So very clearly in this diagram everything is given. So again very slowly I am circulating this diagram. Sorry, I am moving this diagram. Here this is vein, and these are body organs assumed here, including brain. Yes, brain is also present. From brain also heart receive deoxygenated blood, and brain also need oxygenated blood. That's why brain is also included in that body organs that I have assumed for your understanding. Okay, so this point I have already shown. So I hope you understood. So read that topic from your textbook also. You can understand again betterly. So this diagram is also very easy to understand. Vein, then pulmonary artery towards the lung. Then this is the main artery from heart to body organ, and this is the pulmonary vein. This is the pulmonary vein from lungs to heart, and from heart to lungs, that is pulmonary artery. So that is also very important for your understanding. So you can measure the pulse rate and heartbeat. What is the heartbeat? The walls of chambers of heart are made up of muscles. We know that these are very flexible. These muscles contract and relax rhythmically. These muscles contract and relax, and sound is also created while the blood pump out of the heart. While the blood pumping out of the heart, the sound is louder, and that sound is followed by the softer sound. That is due to the deoxygenated blood received in the chamber. So this is that heartbeat is due to contraction and relaxation of heart muscles. So one heartbeat is one time relaxation and contraction of the heart, and heartbeat also we can say, and pulse rate also we can measure, that we have already discussed in our last lecture. So I hope you understood all that. Thank you.
This is the diagram of circulatory system. You can understand the labels from this diagram, and you can draw in your notebook as well. This is the easy diagram of that circulatory system. You can understand that circulatory system or circulation of blood very easily from this diagram. And this is the diagram of heart. The structure of heart you can understand very easily from this diagram, and you can write all that points in your notebook. Draw this diagram also. Okay.